Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sex, Love, and Energy. This is MJ, and today I'm with an amazing friend, Ginger. But she is in the other side of the world right now, so we have to do it online. But here we are, right? How are you, beautiful? Oh, I'm so glad you are here today. And what we're gonna be talking today is, I mean, we have to, right? It's like we attract what we are, even though sometimes we think and we try to get into the illusion of people, but actually we are just gonna get what we are projecting more and more. So, what are your thoughts about that? I know, right? Wow. So, do you feel like, because, okay, let's talk from the beginning. How old have you been in this relationship? Almost a year, right? Yeah. Well, no. We are not talking about your relationship today. We're talking about we attract what we are. I'm not gonna be putting into a touch of like, in the personal way. No. Let's talk about this, the raw thing. Yeah, because you might be able to share that sometimes we don't notice things about ourselves, but when we are with a partner, we start seeing that reflection of us, right? And you start seeing things that it might annoy you, or it might come in and wake you up with some trauma, things like that. Do you feel like, because you say you haven't been in a relationship for a long time, so you were in this independent woman, right? And then now you become a partner into your feminine energy. So when you are a, it's a different role. It took how much it cost you? What did you left behind to start like sitting into your feminine energy, and then literally trusting in your partner? I know. But um, well, I need to start from somewhere, right? And I believe you have to make a you took the decisions. You made the decisions to to say, okay, I just want to have a relationship. And I think that also brings a shift into your beliefs because you are aware that you have to let it go some part of yourself to find this balanced relationship, like someone who look after you, someone who so to take the role in the masculine, and then now you can sit into your feminine, right? Because you are just you are listening to me like, what is she talking about it? I haven't asked you anything yet. I'm just giving you a little introduction to unpack what it is there, because it might be a lot of women that might feel independent and they want to be in a relationship, but they don't know how to shift into this new belief. But it's so good. I mean, I guess it's not a full time shift. It's like in certain moments and situations, you might sit into your feminine and you're gonna let your partner to take the leadership, right? Because it wasn't this, you weren't acting in that way. The thing is, where I want to get into is to the main topic, which we attract what we are. So it's gonna be very difficult if someone is very independent woman, to find a man who is a leadership. You have to at some point to shift these beliefs. That is where I'm coming from. That is the direction I'm coming. Huh? Yeah. it, wow. There is two things that it just touching my head, and it's the first one. You say I let it go the expectations. And the second one is my body was telling me that I was kind of ready for the shift. And I think there is two things that someone would like to get into a more relationship and take more in the feminine role. It might be that they need to just let it go, they control, right? And I think that is the biggest struggle. Um, and when you say my body was ready to, and I was start feeling like illness, at the end of the day, the body just react and responds to our emotional state. So clearly, it was something maybe preparing you, maybe cleaning you. You know, the feminine energy works in that way, and getting into this new state of being because you've been learning as well to just being. Yeah, good point. Good point because what it happened is like you want to control. So, but control is just masculine, and trust is feminine. But because for him it's like a reactive way, like what would I want to control when she's taking the leadership? You know what I mean? But do you flow? Yeah, yeah, I agree with that so much. Like putting time aside, like I've been constantly meditating, and then this week one day I didn't do it because I was busy, and I felt like I was just in another dimension. I was not okay. um, but it's good when you say, I just need to ask myself how I'm going to show up today. And then how do I want to let in myself and actually it's controlling managing it's managing your emotion rather than controlling them because that's what we do, we feel into the feminine. But wow, it's very interesting to watch your journey in this new, yeah. Oh my gosh, what you want to hear about me, like I'm still single. I'm independent woman. Yeah, just like um, no, no, no. Um, I do a few things in my time when I meditate. So the first one is I sit there and then I connect with my energy, my body. I set up myself how I one second, how I how I am, how I'm feeling, and then I just kind of like I grounded myself, and then obviously I feel a lot of gratitude in that moment because every day I'm just getting into a new step and higher and higher and reaching my goals. So it feels very beautiful, but I'm always grateful because, yeah, for where I live, what I do, um, and the way it has been unfolding my life. And then obviously I sit there and tell the universe, look, this is what I want to do. Help me to make it reality and then explain whatever activities I'm onto in the week on the day. That's what I do actually. Just I tell them, look, guide me in this way, guide me in the other way. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but just God, send me some signals. And then I start seeing like all day long numbers and synchronicities. But yeah, that's the way I've been doing it. Even though I sit, I sit a lot in my masculine energy because right now I run my business and then the podcast. Um, I spend a lot of time with myself regulating my feminine energy. And then how I do it, I do Tantra. So I practice some breathing, some chanting, I meditate, I reconnect with my body, and then I do things that keep me feminine. I let my hair just go. I put some makeup. I still like connecting with that side, even though I try to regulate my feminine as much as I can, being the soft and nicer. Um, I need that as well because even in business, you have to show up in certain way, or more like when you connect with people, you also it's very appreciated to be feminine. And yeah, that's it. I guess so. It's my boring life. My boring life. Yeah, just discipline. My boring life. You know how it is. Um, yeah, ask me. Yeah, there is a big shift for me. There is some days when um, I get up and then I have to get up ready or go or whatever, and then I don't meditate. I feel like I'm just floating around it. I'm not grounded. I'm just like the other day I was like, why I feel so uneasy? Like, what is going on? And then I went back, like, oh, hold on, I haven't sit with myself. Yeah, but it's not the same. Yeah, but I don't feel floating in the feminine energy. I feel like, like a plastic bag going flowing, like you don't know the direction, and it's like just there, but it's there, and you are like, what do I have to do right now? And my windows, maybe the ADHD, my windows are not clear, blur. So it's like, what do I have? And I can just walk in circles all the time. Like, what is next? I don't know. Instead of like, if I have organization and clear activities of what I'm gonna be doing, and then I meditate, I know exactly what I have to do. But I guess it's like a plan. I like to feel my energy though. Yeah, for me it's very important to feel my body, how I am, how I'm feeling, and then what is coming up, the trauma. So, hmm and we do tantra. So for me, connecting with my sexual energy is essential. And the sexual energy is not just when you have sex with someone, but it's like knowing exactly how it's flowing. And then sometimes my chakra close, sometimes it's like, oh, they need some stimulation. Or I need to raise my energy. Or sometimes it's like too up and then I need it calm down. Yeah, I'm very aware of that. Like for me, body, it says my body is my mind and my soul. So I always try to keep it that balance. Otherwise, I am no, I am no good. Yes, it's so important. Yeah. So it's like the distraction just get you. And when you just need your practices, your regular practices to maintain yourself. And it's needed. That's a problem. People just sometimes just, in Tantra, I learned that clearly. We are in the you are in the top of the mountain, and then you have to go to the village every single day. It's like going out and exchanging energies with people. But that's mean when you go to the village, you can go to the village and observe what is happening around you. Always is going to be an exchange of energy. But then you have to remember you're coming back to your top of the mountain. So if you don't cultivate your own energy, what is happening is you going down, and then people can bring you the toxic, the negative, the jealousy, the chaos, the sadness, and you are like, oh my God, what should I do right now? Instead of like, okay, I know how you're feeling, I acknowledge that, but unfortunately, this is yours, this is mine. Oh, exactly, and it's all day, every day, single day. It's like you open up Instagram, you see bad things, war, violence, crime, people. It's danger, it's danger, it's danger, fear, fear. Fear is so easy to get into yourself because we know that the subconscious mind is always protecting us. That means whatever happens to you is going to come up, come up. The trauma is going to come up. So if you don't cultivate your own energy, you're just going to allow your subconscious mind to be in alert mode or in survival mode. the whole time. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, you could not say more right. Sometimes we are trapped into the narrative of previous experiences. And then what we do is we repeat the same thing. Why I'm attracting this type of people. But actually, what you are doing is just reinforcing that beliefs into yourself. Instead of asking, why have I done to attract those people? Or what I'm doing that maybe sometimes for us is very difficult to see what we're doing wrong. You know, maybe you are attracting narcissistic people because you haven't been able to tell them, no, I'm not gonna be doing this. To instead of like you rather to avoid the conflict and then it's too late and things going against you instead of like no, um, I'm not going to tolerate this behavior. Exactly. Because we tolerate the little things and then we don't realize the little things means the big things. If it's someone cross the line at the beginning with something so small than shouting, raising their voice, or like taking things that are not theirs, you have to say, I'm sorry, but we are not allowing this, goodbye. But we have the beast. This is a problem. We are afraid to be alone. And we are so desperate to find the next partner that we don't want to see the red flags. What we want to see is, oh, but he have a nice job. Ah, he have a nice car. He have amazing friends. They are such a cool people. But we don't see that might be they might be very good partying and or maybe they are violent, lack of communication, lack of commitment, and then not truly honest. They just that's the problem. We only want to see our idea of oh this is like this look nice, but actually have you been digging deeper to see if matching the outside with the inside. That's it. like a five things. What are the five things that are important to you? That's so easy. Um, and actually, it's the simple things that make the difference. It's not the big ones. It's not the job, the money, or the cars, or the children's. It's like the small things, the details. And unfortunately, in these days, we are too blind to see, because we are very attracted to the facade of people, like surgeries, looking good, dressing designer, and we become in this society where we don't know where we're going, like, and everyone is complaining, but no one is literally healing. And that's exactly what I say. Like you have to do it for. That's why I've been single, because I'm looking for someone who match at least. I am not perfect though. What the hell? I am not. I have so many flaws. Yeah, but what I'm doing is like I require the minimum, and my minimum is not is a lot for normal people. Yeah, that's a reality. So I will say the big chunk of people, they don't even meet my same standard, like, and that's the reality, as you say. Like, how can you claim? For example, I want someone say I want to go to the gym and eat healthy and this and that, but they going to the party every weekend. They drink, they get wasted, and then, oh, hold on a sec. What do you want? Do you want something in a healthy lifestyle, or but like, babe, that's a reality. I don't know, like the only thing is I work. I'm honest and committed. I train, and then I'm looking forward to show up every day as my best version of myself. That's me. That's me. Where is my one man? It's coming in some point. No, it's okay. Do you think what? Hmm. I think it's not about being fair. That's the problem. That's what this is the main thing for me, how I see it. The problem right now is people is rather to see what is happening next to you and the outside world instead of like how I am behaving. It's so much easier to project something that everyone is kind of doing it instead of like, hold on, what is comfortable, what makes me happy? Because to be honest, for me, is that I do not care to going on a date and invite my partner. I would love to do that. I would love to pay for a dinner. It's not about that. It's about if you're going on a date with someone I have never met, I am not going to pay 50 and 50. Because my role as a woman is to feel secure, to feel safe, to be able to bring other things, peace to your life. I don't need to be worried about like I have to pay my bills, I have to pay my rent, I have to pay this and that, and also you want me to look after you. Exactly, you know what I'm saying? That will be unfair. That will be very unfair. That will be so unfair. Like, so you want me to babysit you while you do what? So you don't pay nothing for me. So you want me to me looking after me and then also have to babysit you. I am not a babysitter. That's the problem with men right now. The, that oh my god, that's I found it like the worst. Like they have this disconnection of reality so much. Men right now, and for men it's so, always have been easy. Men they work. Yeah, they might be hard worker. They used to work 14 hours and then bring money and food to their house. Cool. So women can look after the children. But how women going to feel secure if they are not bringing enough money to build this thing? Oh, definitely no. That- I feel like men. No, I will say something, and it might hurt people right now, and I'm okay with it. It's like the problem that men are behaving in this way. Unfortunately, is women's fault because women, they've been misbehaving in certain way and allow things that men are able to take advantage of them. For example, if a man come to you and he give you a new bag, yeah, if you don't have as a woman, you don't have any standard or anything, it's okay to receive the present, yeah, but it's not okay to let that man to do whatever he wants with you for that present. I don't know you, but when I was used to be young, no social media. Yes, I used to have sex with men because I felt like, do I have to do this? You know what I mean? Like compromise. That's the word. Yeah, yeah, like you feel compromised because he might done something for you, but not because he makes you feel secure and safe to do it. But that's what I'm saying. In these days, now fast forward, I don't date ex random guys who say, oh, let's go and they oh this and that. Like no, like when I know the intention is to have intimacy in exchange of a dinner, it's like you are not genuine with me to meet me as a date. What you want is to fuck for free. So we have to give a little context of why I say that. But okay, so I went to in this day with this guy, and this guy looking, checking on me on my Instagram. And at the time, I used to be a tantra practitioner, so talk a lot about sexual energy and intimacy and sex. So he thought that because I was talking a lot of about this topic means I fuck with every guy who crossed in my street. And actually, that's not true. So we went to it this day, we talk about this and that. He started talking about sexual energy. But you know when someone is not talking about the topic because it's genuine, it's because they have a little intention behind, you know? You can tell. So I knew that. And then he was like, then, oh, will you like, you want to come to my place? And I said, no. Like, it's very rare I'm going to have intimacy with a guy in the first date. Like, I don't do it. And even more because of that reason. And he was like, oh, but I thought we connected. Yeah, we connected so well, but that's it. And he's like, but I'm younger than you. I'm very good at this. And he was like, yeah, but I know you're not going to make me come. So why would I want to go? And he was like, what do you mean? And he's like, yeah, I already know that. And he's like, but how do you know that? Because you are hungry. When a man is hungry, he only can see you as an object. You have to understand. He is no, he doesn't attempt or try to make you feel good or brings pleasure into yourself or into your life. No, he's hungry. He just want to put it in and then come and then he's okay with it. That's the reality. Baby, be- no, because okay, I think so. But this is the thing. I can buy me the meal. I've been to the restaurant on my own. Like, it wasn't something new. And if I went out because I found him like attractive and interesting, that's why I went out with him. And actually, I met him at the gym. He came to me and talked to me, and I was like, I don't do dating apps. I don't do that kind of things. Meet people randomly on the street, and that's how I decided. And a little research, but tiny bit, because everything is online. It's not real. So I need to kind of read in between lines and then meet you. I'd rather to have my perception, opinion about yourself when I meet you, in base of what we talk. But you can tell when someone has or built a perception of yourself based on what he saw. And I hate that. And I hate people can just see, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It was a lot, a lot. Even like the another day I went to the gym. I think it was yesterday. I was training and I saw this guy who I already saw him like probably 6 months ago in another in the same gym but in another place, in another location. So he came to me and he was like, "Oh my gosh, you look so good." Thank you. What else I'm gonna be saying, you know? And he's like, you train hard. Oh yeah, thank you, you know? And he's like, yeah, but you are very dangerous. What would you say that? Because I'm attractive or because I'm training good, I'm dangerous right now. You know what I'm? He's not young. He's over 30 something. And I don't understand, like, what would you say that to me? And I was like, like completely ignore him. You know, I just kept going doing my thing. But in my brain, it's like, this is not a gentleman. You know what I mean? Even if he came to me to say hi another time, I might say hi because I am a polite person. But I will never go out with this guy. You know what I mean? Even though he might say, oh, I invite you to this restaurant who is whatever XYCD. That's the thing. But but exactly, but it's so different if you approach a girl to say like, "Oh, you are looking good," or it looks like you've been training for a while. You know, the approach is different. It's because as a woman, we have to I educate men. Every time I have the opportunity, I do it. You know, when someone says something online completely off, and it's like, what makes you think that it's pleasure for me to read this? And I asked them, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way. You meant it that way." It's like, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's just like it was just me being an animal." And it's like, "Okay, just this is not true." Look, is it every man? I will recommend a book here. I read the men, no, the superior men, and it's a book. It talks about a lot of energy, masculine and the feminine energy, and actually the way it shows is how to be a good man. That's it. In a way with full of values. They say the feminine energy always is going to challenge you, but not because they want to fight with you or it's a competition. It's because the feminine energy has the role to challenge you, to make you stronger and expand and be this man you have to be. Otherwise, it's like, what are you doing? You're so fragile. You know, imagine a man with me. I feel like I have more balls than any man in anything. If I have to make sacrifices, if I have to stop sleeping or doing this and that, I can do it because I know everything is temporary and I have to get it done. But some men right now are very comfortable. Like I see myself and I see my brother, for example. My brother, he's 31. And he's very like, how can I say this? Um, he's like a girl. Like he works and then he's waiting to end the day and they have some beer, smoking something, and that's the life. Very feminine, you know, no ambitious, not driven, no goals, nothing. And even I told my mom, I feel like I'm more like a man sometimes, and it's like I really wanted to be a girl. I wanted to be like nice and cute, but unfortunately, if I keep in that nice and cute, I'm not going to achieve my goals. You know what I'm saying? I can be both. That's fine. Yeah. But it's been a good conversation. I know you're giving a sexy lady now who is committed and in his maximum feminine energy, beautiful, stunning, divine, divine, divine. I am divine. Excuse me? Like, yeah, Oh my God, it's cutting off. One moment, one moment. Just, okay, okay. Now it's good. You can talk. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay, yes, that's good. That's good. I, I really appreciate so much your words. It really means so much to me that you can see the capacity of things I hold sometimes and then the way I transform. And that's pure feminine energy. That's not masculine. The transformations, it's just feminine energies to be able to hold things and then unpack in a different way. Um, and that's it's work. That's what I'm saying. The masculine energy in us is not negative. Actually, it's very positive, and the feminine energy as well. It just we need to understand the balance on it and how we balance ourselves because we might have more, maybe less, maybe we might need a little bit more. Um, but I know it's there. It's just something bigger and amazing is coming to me, and I'm not sad. It's like it's exciting. It's exciting. Transformative. Yeah. Oh my God. Myself is enough, baby. Yeah. No. Exactly. And energy is the most powerful thing. I mean, you can invent it, you can create it or destroy it. Just transform. We transform. The more energy you have, obviously, the more capacity you have to change and shift things into your life. Um, but yeah, it's very interesting. No, men cannot bring that energy. The masculine energy cannot bring it. The softness, the nicer, the transformative, those qualities are not in a man. But not because they might be, but in a very low percentage. Just women will bring that, and that's this our connection with the divine, the feminine energy is that we are connected. A man, the role is just protect this connection. It's it's something simple and beautiful, but if you are not able to accept and to, I'm looking for the word, and to be, is that amused? No, it's amused. It's yeah, being amused. Yeah, from the energy because you don't see value into the feminine energy. Unfortunately, you're gonna go in a very dark hole. No, I never reply and ignore. Right now it's like block, delete, and unfollow. Bye. Yeah, it disappear. Exactly. The only guys who feel um, challenged by myself in a negative way are guys who are sitting in the feminine energy and they don't get it. You have to look. The most powerful couple in this world right now is Jeff Bezos with this woman Sanchez. What is her name? She is a strong feminine energy present, pure in her wholeness. Have you seen her? The guy from Amazon. Yeah, yeah. So she married the most rich guy in the world, actually. Yeah. But to marry the most rich guys because he understand what kind of woman he needs, and also she understand what kind of woman she has to be with him. So it's a two sides role here and responsibilities. Yeah, yeah, like be on top of line 24/7. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think you also need to understand what do you need. If you don't know what you need by yourself, it's going to be very difficult to claim with a partner. For example, you said before about your own practices, you time with yourself, maybe with nature. You need that time. But if you didn't know before that, you might be into a spiral and chaos, not knowing what to do, what you need. Try to understand how to manage these new emotions coming up into your relationship. Hmm. Oh, I love it. Ye- Yeah, light. in your life. I love that. It's like a process. By yourself. Oh, that's why we keep the same because even though we evolve as a person, we maintain the energy. You know how clever is that? Our level frequency of energy is the same, which is expansive, is loving, is caring, is flowing. Maybe our realities, the way we run our life have been changed, but who we are as a sense, the energy, the pure energy, we are in the same frequency. Absolutely. That's so important. And then because we allow ourselves to be vulnerable and to be honest. We are honest. So that's the reason why we able to call ourselves out if we are not stepping into who really we are. Because at the end of the day, the job what we're doing, the money we're making, or the relationship we're having are just a projection of us, but not who we are. Yeah. Well, actually, we've been 1 hour here, and I have to close a little bit this, but definitely it was a pleasure to have this talk with you. And and at the end of the day, we only gonna attract what we are. So it's good to have the self-reflection to understand what are the things I'm doing to attract those people. Maybe a lack of boundaries. Maybe I'm lack of responsibility. Maybe I'm avoiding the conflict instead of like calling themselves out. Absolutely. I love that. I just desire so much pleasure, money, wealth, love, and that's what I do. So that's what I want to attract more. Sex, love, and energy. This is me. This is who we are. And I know. Well, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Um, Thank you for all watching us, and I'll see you in the next episode. Love you all. Bye.